dinosaurs are in our world, we learn more about this frightening new reality.
This is the same exposition beginning from the last movie.
Geologists now predict an extinction-level event will kill off the last living dinosaurs on the planet.
And yeah, it's still lazy.
It's been 3 decades since the deadly events at Jurassic Park, and we've yet to find a way for these animals to live safely among us.
That's because they're not supposed to. You should have left them on the island. How many more times will these dinosaurs meet an extinction level event before you settle on God wants them dead?
As the dinosaurs spread across borders, a global black market has risen. To combat the growing threat of illegal poachers, the US Congress awarded sole collection right to Biosyn Genetics. While Biosyn believes we can handle genetic power responsibly, the public remains skeptical. Now that we've brought these animals back from extinction, can we face the consequences? We must find answers to these questions, for their safety, as well as for our own.
I'm not even gonna lie. This title sequence with the music is pretty dope.
Whoa!
Whew. Stop.
Track Grady to his house. But listen, there's something else. I found that girl you've been after.
Laura Dern is Ellie Sattler.
You plant the same seed as the Bennetts?
No. They use Biosyn seed.
Sam Neill as Alan Grant.
Grant! You're gonna want to see this!
Ellie Sattler. Oh, it's a locust.
And swarms of them are decimating crops from Iowa to Texas.
Started as a few hundred. There could be millions by the end of the summer.
Clearly designed, but why would anyone do that?
None of the crops they're eating are Biosyn seed.
You know the Jurassic Park franchise took a turn for the worse when they have to introduce man-made locusts in order to get the original characters back.
It would not shock me that they want to control the world's food supply. I need concrete evidence Biosyn's responsible for all this, but I need a witness. And you know what? You're the one I trust.
How do you even get in there?
I got an invite from their in-house philosopher.
You look just like Blue.
Maisie, don't move.
Back up.
Maisie, get inside.
I'm coming with you.
What did I just say?
We gotta move.
Who are you?
Them being able to get the Raptor and Macy at the same time is pretty convenient.
They found her!
What? Who are they?
Poachers!
Owen!
I am gonna get her back.
This is a callback to the scene in Fallen Kingdom, but my only question is, I thought we only did callbacks to movies that were good.
Dr. Sattler, Dr. Grant, Ramsey Cole, Communications.
Oh, hey.
Kinetic power.
God, everyone's so young.
Respected, renowned Dr. Sattler, Dr. Grant.
We've already identified dozens of applications for paleo DNA. We're talking about cancer, Alzheimer's, autoimmune. We will be saving lives.
So this company is already using locusts to control the world's food supply, but now he's trying to use paleo DNA to cure cancer, Alzheimer's, and autoimmune? No, the fuck you aren't.
Anyway, I wish I could take you around myself, but you're in more than capable hands with Ramsey. You better hurry. Malcolm's on. He's a bit of a contrarian, but I like him. He keeps us on our toes.
Jeff Goldblum is Ian Malcolm.
I said I'd call you.
They land yet?
Second plane is incoming.
What's with the girl?
She literally has no reason to be asking about Maisie right now.
Not your problem.
I do have another job for you. Atrociraptors.
Contact guns!
Get that truck out of here! Where is she? Where did they take her?
We handed her off to Santos. I don't know where they took her out for that.
Let them out.
Does he not have bullets?
Okay, listen. No.
Fuck was that?
Where's my daughter? Bison.
I need more chase scenes with the raptors on rooftops. You know, it's nothing short of a miracle that Claire probably meets the only person here who would feel some type of moral obligation to save her while risking her life, while also being able to fly her to Bison.
Hold on tight.
And the keys are in the truck. Fuck.
I'm flying us out of here. Tell me where you want to be dropped.
You ever flown to Bison?
That's not how planes work.
Claire should never have hidden you away. You're way too important, Maisie. What do you know about Charlotte?
She died. It broke my grandpa's heart, so he made me.
Charlotte made you.
You know, I miss when this franchise focused on just dinosaurs. I mean, now the dinosaurs are just background characters in a movie about paleo DNA and locusts.
Sub-level 6. Restricted.
Fully mature. This one. Easy.
What the?
Got it.
Maisie. Where's the key?
Okay, in and out. We find your girl and go. Tower, this is N141.
N141 negative. We've been advised you're carrying unauthorized passengers. Over.
You seem to be breaking up. Are you hearing me on your side?
Nice try, Kayla. They will down your bird.
It's the girl's parents.
Let's shut off the ADS.
What's that?
That's the aerial deterrent system. Keeps the airborne life away. This plane is going down! If you're gonna eject, you need to do it now!
Claire! We gotta get you off this plane!
What?
The parachute is gonna open automatically. If it doesn't, you pull this lever. Do you understand me?
I like this shot with the movie showing Claire's point of view after being ejected from the plane. I gotta say, this whole scene is nice visually. Okay, so not only do they survive this somehow without any scratches, but they're also dry as hell after just crashing into water. Shit, if surviving the crash was that easy, why the hell did Claire need a parachute out?
What is that?
It's Grant and Sattler.
Is this live?
12 minutes ago. One of our cameras saw Ian Malcolm put something in Sattler's pocket.
I want to see him. And get Ramsey up here too, will you?
This must be the old amber mines.
Hey, I heard the alarm. Everything all right?
You rang?
Oh, good. Dr. Malcolm, you are fired.
The hyperloop pod just shut down in the amber mines.
Are there, dinosaurs in the mines?
We can take care of it. Thank you, Doctor.
That's it, huh? You're racing toward the extinction of our species, and you don't care. You know exactly what you're doing, but you won't stop.
You envision what? An evil, unbound Prometheus?
You rapacious rat bastard.
I think it's time to talk about the actors and the acting and the dialogue. The movie would get a point for bringing back the legacy characters, but many of the other characters in the movie are underutilized and not given more to do. I mean, this movie is supposed to be about dinosaurs, but the story uses locusts to bring back the legacy characters, and overall it seems forced. And with the numerous characters in this movie, it takes away from the other side characters who seem to be only in this movie to move the plot forward. DeWanda Wise is entertaining as Kayla.
Pull over. That's not how planes work.
But the movie makes her existence a plot convenience. I mean, throughout the movie, Kayla is shown as a pilot who does illegal work, and then decides to help Claire and Owen, but why exactly? The movie doesn't give a good enough reason other than Claire showed her a picture and she just so happened to see the same girl. I mean, if the movie hinted that she was in a similar position with another girl before, then it would have given her character's actions more justification. And when it comes to Isabel Sermon as Macy, she ends up being good. But this movie changing her origin from the last movie only shows how much they don't know what to do with this character. So overall, the actors and the acting aren't bad, but the characters could have been written better to better serve the story, even though the story isn't good to begin with. So with that, the movie earns a 3 out of 5 for actors and acting.
Oh my god! It's okay.
Okay.
It took way too long for all these characters to come together. Also, I think it's the right time to talk about the music and the score of the movie. Michael Giacchino does a nice job creating an authentic sound design, both in accuracy and quality. And he doesn't just overuse the classic Jurassic Park theme. Instead, the music and the score by Michael Giacchino goes in harmony with the story, making it enjoyable in the film. So with that, the movie earns a 5 out of 5 for music and score. Make a decision. Go. There's no real suspense here. I mean, it's not like any of these characters will die in this movie, so all that's really left is a few nice dinosaur shots and an underwhelming scene. But speaking of underwhelming, it's time to look at the plot and the story. It's crazy to go into a movie expecting absolutely nothing and still being underwhelmed. The plot and the story ends up being well below average, as it's mainly filled with plot conveniences and underwhelming plot points. Even if this movie justified Alan and Ellie being in it, it still doesn't justify them having to sneak into Biosyn when there's more than enough evidence for them to be investigated. And speaking of the reason they're in the movie, the entire Locust plot point was weak. And it's not just because it takes the movie away from being about dinosaurs. Also, Claire finding the only woman that just so happened to see Macy, which leads to them getting to Biosyn, and Owen and Kayla actually surviving a plane crash is icing on the cake, making the plot and the story forgettable. So with that, the movie earns a 1 out of 5 for plot and the story.
What's your story?
This is another scene that's nice visually. And speaking of visuals, it's time to look at the directing and cinematography in the movie. The directing and cinematography are a highlight of the movie. Colin Trevorrow does well incorporating some nice shots in the movie, while the cinematography does well utilizing creative camera work and displaying meaningful lighting throughout the film. There are a few shots where the camera does a close-up on certain characters, making the shot less appealing in the background, which takes away from the directing and cinematography, but overall it still ends up being good. So with that, the movie earns a 4 out of 5 for directing and cinematography. First, the third act is not exciting nor suspenseful at all. And I mean, having a dinosaur fight at the end doesn't excuse how unexciting the third act was either. I think it's time to look at the editing in the movie. The movie does a nice job displaying a consistent tone throughout the film, but where the film succeeds in tone, it lacks in pacing. The movie drags a bit throughout, as it seems like the movie is longer than it should be. On the flip side though, the visual effects in the movie end up being good for the most part, as there's only a few moments where the dinosaurs didn't look great in the scene. So overall, the editing doesn't end up being bad in the movie. So with that, the movie earns a 4 out of 5 for editing. And finally, it's time to look at the genre of the movie, which is the action-adventure. And when it comes to the adventure aspect of the genre, aside from the whole adventure being boring, the entire adventure also isn't completely justified. Instead, there's numerous plot conveniences that help the adventure continue unrealistically. And when it comes to the action portion of the movie, even though it ends up being better than the adventure portion, it still ends up being average. The action in the movie wasn't bad, but there were only a couple of action scenes in which it made the movie somewhat entertaining. So with that, the movie earned a 2 out of 5 for action-adventure.
This isn't about us.
Everybody hold on to somebody.
Okay, so now that we have all the numbers in each category, it's time to find out the average. So in the end, Jurassic World Dominion ends up with a 3.2 average, and that gives it a C rating.
Nobody said there'd be bugs.
You're in more than capable hands with Ramsey. He's basically a young me, only smarter and taller.
Blacker.
Your food?